Well, welcome to another fun-filled episode of Pandas Mobile. It's Good Friday 2022 and I'm at the Canterbury Caravan and Camping Club website. What we're going to do, we're going to talk a little bit today about sun canopies. Now, we're not going to be talking about awnings, they're something completely different, but sun canopies. So what you can see stretched out from the back of Hetty, modelling it perfectly, is a very, very simple sun canopy. And we'll talk a little bit more about it. So today's topic is sun canopies. Okay, sun canopies, but before we start, I know you'd love to see him. Let's have a spot of the Arnold competition. Can you see him? There he is, hanging above the open habitation door of Hetty there. Look, they're just hanging off the top. So, sun canopies. C15 Romahome Hylos and sun canopies. And C15 high tops as well, I think, have got this similar problem. The problem we got is that just here, where my hand is now, across the back of the C15 here, is not flat. This piece comes out, I suppose, 2 or 3 inches and curves out, which means the back of the C15 isn't flat. So to get a sun canopy either snug up against it or at least not pushing against this bit here is very difficult. There are a couple of methods, but the one I've used is actually to use these. There we are. They are suction cups. Try and get it in some sort of view for you. With a nod to Brian the Snail from the Small Motorhome Forum there, these are suction cups. I think I got 4 of them for about $15.99 off Amazon. You can get various types and various shapes. These are about 3 inches across, I think. You'll see one a bit later on. And there it is. It's got a little carabiner style clip on it, which these S-hooks, these metal S-hooks and the rubber have gone into, and that's what holds them on the top of the roof, holds them clear of this bit that comes out of the back of the C15, and also allows me to tension it nicely to give it a decent shape. Otherwise it rubs against the back of the C15 or tensions against the back and it doesn't look very good. I'll show you what that would look like. Okay, so I did explain there was another way of doing this specifically, and this is C15 Hylo specific. Doesn't work on C15 high tops, C15 Hylo specific. If I undo the little S-hook out of the carabiner here and simply go under the top of the roof of the Hylo, so under here there's a lip. I've just turned the S-hook with the outer side of the S sticking up, and I've hooked that under here, and that has now made a connection for the sun canopy and the rubber to connect to the back of the Hylo. I'll do it on the other side too. So again, all I'm doing here, disconnecting the S-hook from the little carabiner on the suction cup. I'm turning the S-hook upside down and just tucking it under the underside of the raised roof of Hetty. And there you go, you've now got a very, very simple, don't even need a suction cup connection to the back of Hetty's roof, back of a C15 Hylo only this works on, roof to connect the sun canopy. There is a slight drawback, as you can see. I'm 6'1", 6'2", and this comes to probably about 6 foot, but to sit under is perfectly fine. But it does hang a little funny, and I'll show you why. Okay, so there it is. I've now got the S-hooks under both sides, but you can immediately probably see it's not hanging or pulling quite so cleanly, and this is because this side, just here, along here, and there is the sticky out bit of the roof just there. There it is, there it is. So the convex cable, convex bit, whichever we're going to call it, the sticky out bit there, that is now sort of the rubber's not giving length enough for it to pull clear of the back of Hetty, so it's immediately sort of interfering with the back door, not hanging quite so clean. But if you were just pulled up at the beach for an afternoon or something, as you can see, it really is perfectly acceptable, really. You know, it's not too bad. You could tilt the poles a bit to get a better sort of a lower front, or use some lower poles, so it does work. This idea can be used down the side as well. I've done it with, I think it's a 2.4 metre sun canopy, same thing in the orange, that goes just down the side there, and I think it's on 3 of those clips, clipping in under again here. The other problem is, particularly when you've only got 2 clips on like I have at the back, if the wind gets up, these little S hooks, and I'll try and unhook one, these little S hooks and rubbers, these little S hooks too tend to slide along, and as they do, as you can see, you get a sag in the tent. It is, however, for an afternoon or, you know, for occasional use, a perfectly acceptable method, but it only works on C15 Hylos because they need this lip under here to connect it to. And here is one of those suction cups, very simple to see. There's a suction side of it, and it just, on top there, lost it, there it is, on top there is a little flap. When you pull down that side, it makes a suction. It's got a little cap cover that goes over there when it's not in use, so they do seem to have some sort of temporary adhesive on them, and I'm going to wonder what they're going to be like when the sort of temporary adhesive is worn off. But they do stick absolutely like poo to a blanket, and that little cap there that I'm using like a castanet, that covers it to stop it sticking. And there is the little carabiner style clip, if you like, just there, and it's quite well made, and I think 4 of these were, I think 4 of them were $15.99 or something, so they're very, very good. Very good indeed. They really are holding it onto the roof perfectly. There are other methods available to you, of course, and one of them is using an awning rail. I've actually attached an awning rail all the way along Hetty here on both sides. You can't do it at the back because of that funny shape, but you can do it at the sides. How did I attach it? Well, quite simply, I glued it. You can buy some very, very decent, strong proprietary glues that will glue it. I am no expert. I'm at have a go and see how we get on. But it has worked perfectly well for me. I frankly haven't used it much because I did buy a proprietary sun canopy to go on the side, and frankly it doesn't hang as well as my little tarps on poles do. So, but it is stuck very strong on there. It will not come off, so you can glue awning rails onto the side of fiberglass. Make sure that you use a very, very good caravan quality adhesive, otherwise it will fall off and you will kill a cyclist or something. Okay, and just to show you how really simple it is to clip sun canopy on using these S hooks on some rubbers, which only works, remember, on a C15 Hylo Romahome with these little under roof ledge. I'm actually going to clip these on for you as I walk along. This is all going to go terribly wrong now, as you know, but there we go. There is a rubber with an S hook on it. It's also got a guy line on it, and I'll explain what that's for later. I'm just going to take the S hook here, there it is, and I'm going to clip it just under the rubber, under the edge of the roof there. I didn't do that very well, so I'll go to the other end and I'll try and get it on camera this time instead of actually filming the back of Hetty. So here we have, there it is, there is the rubber, there is the sun canopy along there, one end clipped. On this end I'm simply going to tuck under the rubber. There is a ledge there which you can clip into, and there it is. I'm doing this left-handed as well, and I'm right-handed. I put a centre one on here as well, and that is just to keep the centre tight, and that has gone on very simply under there. Okay, now these end ones here, the end guy lines, these peg out just to stop those S-hooks sliding along. Remember I explained that the S-hooks can slide together that way, and that decreases the tension in the canopy. While by putting these end guy lines on, just keep a little bit of tension on the S-hook to stop it collapsing. Very simple procedure. What I'll do is I'll set the camera up now, and in real time, which could be comical because I'll probably go base over apex or something, I will set up the rest of the canopy, just so you can see how quick and easy it is. Right, as I explained, it's probably all going to go terribly wrong. I'm going to go base over apex, or whack myself with the mallet, or impale myself on a tent pole or a tent peg, but we'll give it a go. I would cue Benny Hill music, but I don't think I'm allowed to play it, so just watch in silence or something. Here we go. First one in. Second one in. Third one in. Just putting one of the ones in that stops the sun canopy compressing in the middle by the S-hook sliding along the rail. Same on the other end. And then just tickle with the poles, and if necessary the guy lines. You get the tension you want. I'm sure you admit that actually wasn't too painful at all. Now then, we're looking at the canopy here. I think it was 2.4, I might have said 2.7, I think it's 2.4 by 2.4. More than £15. This whole tarp, probably less. 3 poles. I think I bought about £10–15 at most from Go Outdoors. You can probably get them cheaper online. and the guy lines for pennies. I had the tent pegs anyway. And what you're looking at now is Hetty for about no more than 40 quid. I've got two sun canopies up with no actual fitments at all to the van. Suction cups for the back one and S hooks for this side. Hope that's explained a little bit about sun canopies and how I use them on the C15 Romahome. Suction cups will probably work on anything, but these S hooks, they will only work on a C15 Romahome Hylo or any other vehicle that's got an edge underneath. Brilliant, covered sun canopies in the C15 Romahome Hylo. It wouldn't be the same if you didn't get to say goodbye to him. See you on the next one. Take care all.